been talking about Bill Barr, saying he doesn't expect that the work by Durham is going to lead to criminal investigation, criminal charges against Barack Obama and against Joe Biden. And a lot of people are very upset about that. Just as a lot of people were very upset about Jeff Sessions, including the president, for recusing himself. And I will say again, during his confirmation hearings, he all but promised he would recuse himself in the event that the Trump campaign were investigated. Now, he was part of the Trump campaign. He knew there was no collusion. He knew the whole thing was ridiculous. And he had no blooming idea, neither did anybody else, there was going to end up to be a 2.5-year investigation that will result in the president ultimately being impeached. Had he known that, he never would have recused himself. There's also a good chance had he not answered that question properly, he never would have been confirmed. But the president's very angry about him. He hasn't returned the anger. In fact, he's running for getting his Senate seat back and has said very flattering things about the president. And as I say, I'll say again, during the campaign 2016, lock her up was a very popular chant at his various rallies. And during the debate, Hillary said, it's a good thing you're not president, and he responded. It was very, very clever, witty response. Yeah, because you'd be in jail. Everybody cracks up. Well, the president took office. Did he prosecute her? Did they file charges against her? No. But now people are upset because Bill Barr doesn't expect there to be charges against Biden and Obama. Can you imagine what would happen if the Trump administration charged them? And by the way, when Trump leaves office, after he finishes his second term, you can expect that the next Democratic president is going to figure out a way of charging Donald Trump with various crimes.
I have a general idea of how Mr. Durham's investigation is going. And as I have indicated, some aspects of the matter are being examined as potential crimes. But we have to bear in mind what the Supreme Court recently reminded us of in the ObamaGate case. As the court said there's a difference between an abuse of power and a federal crime. Not every abuse of power, no matter how outrageous, is necessarily a federal crime. Now, as to President Obama and Vice President Biden, whatever their level of involvement, based on the information I have today, I don't expect Mr. Durham's work will lead to a criminal investigation of either man. Our concern over potential criminality is focused on others.
There's a piece, Politico, September 24, 2016. Obama used a pseudonym in emails with Clinton, FBI documents reveal. President Barack Obama used a pseudonym in email communications with Hillary Clinton and others, according to FBI records made public Friday. State Department has refused to make that public, and other emails he's exchanged, the Clinton exchange with Obama. Lawyers have cited presidential communications. It's been known since last year that Obama and Clinton corresponded occasionally via her private account. But the White House has insisted Obama did not know she relied on it routinely and exclusively for official business. Ron Johnson, senator from Wisconsin, said to Jake Tapper that Obama knew Hillary was using a private server.
The last thing is, sir, you have not made the allegation that the Trump administration is making, which is that President Obama committed crimes. You haven't said anything along those lines. But your work, your requesting of this information of the Director of National Intelligence, Rick Grinnell, and again, I'm pro-transparency, true, release it all. But your work is being cited as evidence for this crackpot conspiracy theory. Does that bother you?
Well, again, you keep calling it crackpot conspiracy theory. I'm just trying to find out what happened. What I do know, because we finally got these records out of the National Archives, what President Obama saw when he got those emails from Hillary Clinton was not HillaryClinton.Senate or StateDepartment.gov.classified. It was ClintonEmail.com. President Obama knew she was using a private server, and Section 793F, the section that I think Hillary Clinton violated, also includes knowledge of misuse of intelligence. So I've always thought that was one of the main reasons they covered up for Hillary Clinton and exonerated her.
There's a piece in the New York Post. No, ObamaGate is not a conspiracy theory. Mounting evidence suggests the Obama administration engaged in serious corruption with ObamaGate. Democrats and media allies are going to spend the next few months gaslighting the public by focusing on the most feverish accusations against President Barack Obama. But fact is, we already have more compelling evidence that the Obama administration engaged in misconduct than we ever did for the opening of the collusion investigation. It's not conspiracy mongering to note that the investigation into Trump was predicated on opposition research document filled with fabulism and most likely Russian disinformation. We know the DOJ withheld contradictory evidence when it began spying in those in Trump orbit. All of these are true. The question is whether or not they'll be leading to criminal charges against Vice President or against Joe Biden. For all the reasons I mentioned and for what the AG just now said, it's not going to happen. There may be some lower level people that might be prosecuted. But the idea that charges are going to be brought against Barack Obama, again, this is a president who routinely talked about the criminality of Hillary and didn't do jack when he became president. There were no charges against her. And the evidence was overwhelming, is overwhelming. She violated the Espionage Act. I mean, my goodness, that sailor was thrown in jail for simply taking a picture of his top secret sub. He wasn't had any kind of criminal intent. Went to jail. Hillary, clearly violating.